Good morning. That is the time that we can permanently wait for the others to join. Let's see how this day go. Yep. So let's start. Today I want to start sharing with you one video with an explanation about the complement of the grammar that we covered yesterday. Yesterday we discussed the infinitive uses. Yeah, when we use them, some rules about verbs. Today, in the second part of the unit, part 7b, what we are going to observe is related to the complement. What is the complement to infinitive? Gerunds. Gerunds is that ending in the verbs ing. So the video is explanatory about when to use it, certain verbs that they are followed by specifically one type. Could be, once again, could be infinitive or could be gerund. So I want to start with that. Yep, I want to start with the video. Give me a second to admit somebody else before we continue.
Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today I have a grammar lesson for you. We're going to conquer a mistake that I hear made all the time. Why do we say, I enjoy walking, but also I love to walk? Why can't we say, I enjoy to walk? Why do we say, I plan to come, but not I plan coming? It's all about gerunds and infinitives, and it's a tough subject, but we're going to cover everything today, and you will leave this lesson with a much better understanding and a slightly wider vocabulary. As always, there is a free PDF and exercise pack that goes with this video. If you would like to read a full summary of the lesson and take lots of extra exercises to test your understanding, then download it now by clicking on the link in the description box. You enter your name and your email address, you sign up to my mailing list, and the PDF will arrive directly in your inbox. After that, you will automatically receive all of my free weekly PDFs, along with all my course offers, updates, and news. Right, let's get started with the lesson. We're going to take a look at how we can change verbs into verbal nouns called gerunds and infinitives, and how we can use these grammar tools effectively. Firstly, let's talk about gerunds. What on earth is a gerund? It's not as complicated as it sounds. It's a verb that ends in ing that acts as a noun. For example, we can take the base verb walk, add ing, and it makes walking. Walking is our gerund, and if we make a sentence using this gerund, walking is our subject. Walking always puts me in a good mood. Walking, the gerund, is the subject. That's a really important rule to remember. Not every verb ending in ing is a gerund. Take a look at the progressive tenses or the continuous tenses. They use a be verb and the present participle. Like a gerund, this adds ing to a base verb. I am eating. She is talking. So how do we know if a verb ending in ing is a present participle or a gerund? Well, gerunds always act as nouns or noun phrases, never as a verb. Jenny enjoys walking. Walking is acting as the object of this sentence. What does Jenny enjoy? walking. Take a look at these two sentences. Jenny enjoys walking. Jenny is walking right now. In the first sentence, we have walking as a gerund. Walking is the object of that sentence. What does Jenny enjoy doing? Walking. In the second sentence, Jenny is walking right now. Walking is acting as the verb or part of the verb. She is walking. Be verb.
So up to this part of the video, we are trying to make the difference. We observe the difference of this ending ing that not always we can call it a gerund. Like the teacher, the professor mentions on the video, there we have to make the difference. Here, you have in the first sentence, Jenny enjoys walking. Yeah. What else they mention about it? Grammatically speaking, we have here the object of the sentence. What is the object of the sentence? As you remember, the one that receives the action of the verb. And on the second sentence, you have a normal conjugation of the present continuous, right, or progressive. Jenny is walking right now. So in the second sentence will be a mistake if we refer to it as a gerund as well. Yeah, in the normal sense of the structure of the grammar that we're gonna cover here.
Plus the present participle. Okay, enough about gerunds. Let's move on to infinitives. I also said that we use infinitives to create verbal nouns. And infinitives are the simplest form of a verb. To make an infinitive, we simply place to in front of the base verb. Infinitives are sometimes called to infinitives, and this always reminds me of Buzz Lightyear. To infinitives and beyond.
To infinity and beyond!
We'll take our base verb, walk, we add to, and we have our infinitive, to walk. In a sentence, she expected to walk right in. Okay, we've covered the basics. Now I think it's time to look a little deeper at how we use gerunds and infinitives. Let's start by looking at how we use them in similar situations. Firstly, let's look at them as objects of a sentence. The basic form of a sentence in English is subject plus verb plus object. When a gerund comes before the main verb in a sentence, it will act as the subject of that sentence. You saw this in the example I used earlier. Walking always puts me in a good mood. Walking is the subject of that sentence. I can replace walking with a noun and the subject will still make sense. Harry Potter always puts me in a good mood. Let's have a look at a few more examples. Playing the guitar was always his favourite hobby. Baking is a great way to relieve stress. Reading helps me keep my mind sharp. If I say that my mind is sharp, it means I'm quick to think. I'm not slow, I'm sharp. Cheating will never get you anywhere in life. Now that first example is interesting. Can you see that I underlined playing and the guitar? That's because the gerund there is used as part of a noun phrase. We could make baking part of a noun phrase by saying baking a cake is a good way to relieve stress. Using gerunds as the subject of a sentence is pretty straightforward, but using to infinitives as the subject of sentences is slightly different. When we use an infinitive as the subject of a sentence, it can sound extremely formal, almost like you're writing in the style of Shakespeare. It can sound quite fancy, and if that's what you're going for, then use all of the infinitives you like. It sounds natural for me to say, singing gives me great pleasure. But if I say, to sing gives me great pleasure, it doesn't sound wrong, it just sounds really formal and posh and slightly old-fashioned. As always with English, there are exceptions, and we do use infinitives as the subject of sentences when we're giving instructions or giving directions, when we're quoting someone, or when we're giving a dictionary definition. For example, to cook properly, place the fish skin side down. Or to get there, take the bus to the high street and then cross the road. Okay, now we're getting to the good bit. This part is really going to help you make some quick fixes. We're going to talk about using gerunds or infinitives after certain verbs. Now, some verbs, some lovely verbs, allow you to use either a gerund or an infinitive after it. I'll show you some examples, but we've got way more examples in the PDF and some exercise questions, so don't forget to download that. The link is in the description box. She hates sleeping late. She hates to sleep late. Both work beautifully. We prefer eating at home. We prefer to eat at home. They started working on the project at school. They started to work on the project at school.
As you can observe on this part of the video, what we get is that the professor is starting with these verbs that actually they accept both. Yep. What we concentrate on, what type of structure we use after some verbs, right? An example, prefer. So I prefer to study. I prefer studying. There is not a mistake on the use of those. So she, once again, because she started with the group giving examples from the group of verbs that actually they accept to use after gerund or infinitive.
Eat, sleep, work, these are all fine. They allow the use of both infinitives and gerunds. But you can imagine what comes next. There are some verbs that only allow gerunds to follow, and there are some verbs that only allow infinitives to follow. Let's take a look at the verbs that allow gerunds first. We have the verbs consider, deny, enjoy, imagine, and suggest. When we add gerunds to these sentences, they function as direct objects. He considered moving to Spain last year. Jack denied cheating on his test. Wendy enjoys watching movies at weekends. We imagined waking up to a beautiful sunrise. Dan suggested bringing home a rescue dog. We can also use the verb go plus a gerund when we're talking about hobbies or recreational activities like the following: go hiking, go shopping, going swimming, going fishing, went sightseeing, went snorkeling. There are loads more, and these will come with practice. We can also use gerunds as the object of prepositions, meaning we use them after a preposition. Let's quickly review some common prepositions and how we can use them with gerunds. Before. Before completing university, he already had many job offers. By getting up early, I'm ready for my morning runs. Since, I have been thinking of him non-stop since meeting him. Except, he hates all forms of creative expression except writing. Except here means apart from. Without, we decided to take a trip without planning. And after recovering from his injury, Will retired from rugby. Okay, so those were the basic functions of gerunds to get you started on your gerund journey. But let's jump into the infinitives now. Just like with gerunds, infinitives follow certain verbs. With these next sentences, the infinitives will act as the direct object of the verbs. We have agree. We agreed to never speak to each other again. Demand. They demanded to change their flight. Manage. He managed to sell his house after only 3 days on the market. Plan. She's planning to quit her job after returning from holiday. And a very common one, want. Ben wants to travel to London by train. We also use infinitives after certain verb and object combinations. The sentence pattern will be subject plus verb plus object plus infinitive. Take a look at these examples. They asked us to help with the washing up. She told him to bring home the dog food. He encouraged her to follow her dreams. We can also use infinitives after adjectives. Take a look at these examples. He was happy to include her in the new project at work. They were sad to leave the island at the end of the holiday. We are pleased to welcome you.
Up to this part, what we observe is that in this case, after the object or after the adjective, what they recommend, grammatically speaking, once again, in the grammar context, is that you use infinitive. Now, what happens if I go like, we are pleased welcoming you into our home? That is a mistake. Yeah. Now, depending the context, people are gonna correct you, they're gonna make mocks at you, they're gonna say that they do not understand, or they are going to just friendly tell you what to do or what is the correct form to structure that sentence in particular. What we have to remember, after object and adjective, we are going to use the infinitive.
Into our home. If you are still unsure on when to use a gerund or when to use an infinitive, I have a little trick that may help you, but please bear in mind it doesn't work all the time, but it can guide you in an emergency, in the middle of an exam. In general, if the first action leads to a second action, then we use an infinitive. He wants to eat pizza for dinner. If the first action is happening at the same time as the second action, then we use a gerund. He likes eating pizza for dinner. Right, that is it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it.
So there you have it. This video, just as an introduction to, once again, today's topic, today's quiz or lessons are related to the second part, that it's gerunds. Yep. I made visible for you the student book. Once again, let me just check. Borbora, Marcillo, Peñarrieta, Salgado, Salinas. Not yet here. Obviously, the ones that I mentioned are the ones with no mark on their attendance yet. Yeah, if I didn't mention you or call out yours, it means obviously that you got your attendance covered. Okay. Let me share with you now what we get for today. Yeah, we're gonna start today on 7B, a student book. That is what must be visible for you on Moodle. Yep. On 7B, as the video mentioned, or we interpreted for there, what we get is that, right? Grammar, the uses of gerund. And then we have the activities. Yep. So let's start. Let's work together on the student book. And then you're gonna work as a team on the workbook. Yep. Let's see if we can finish this unit and start, at least to start the second part. Okay. Let me work on it. Give me 1 second. I share my screen again so we can start on it. We're gonna start on 1B. Can you guess who said what? We get there. I open my preview, my attempt. I'm gonna start on it. Read a magazine article where different people on the magazine staff say what happiness is for them. Can you guess who said that? What? Match the people to the paragraph. And then you have the paragraph, right? And we're gonna match to the people. What we got in here. Let me zoom in. Let's see it. So you get making soup. I love using leftovers in the fridge. There is something magical about making something delicious out of nothing. Number 2, sitting on the sofa on a winter evening with a box of chocolates, watching a feel-good film, preferably one that makes me cry. Listening to Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, as soon as I hear it, I immediately feel like getting up and dancing. Getting on the scales and seeing that I've lost a kilo, even though I had a big meal the day before. Seeing my suitcase come out first at a baggage reclaim at the airport. Finding a real bargain in the sales. I'm still wearing a Prada jacket that I bought incredibly cheaply in a sale 10 years ago. So let's see. Number 1, making soup. Who do you think is the best option for that one? Making soup.
Letter B.
E.
So we got B, the health editor, or E, the food editor.
The food editor.
Okay. So in number 1, we go for the food editor. Okay. So in number 1 for me, I'm gonna choose E. Number 2, we got sitting on the sofa, watching a good film. Which one will that be?
Number D.
Perfect. So number 2, D. Number 3, listen to Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
C.
Number C.
Letter C.
Right, Sebastian, music editor. Seems like that is the right match, right? Music and music editor. Number 4, getting on the scales and seeing that I've lost a kilo.
Number
E.
B.
Letter B.
There goes health editor, right? V. Okay. During weekends it's kind of difficult that. Number 5, my suitcase come out first at baggage reclaim at the airport.
Letter F.
The airport and travel editor, right? So number 5, F, and obviously the only one missing
A.
for the last one. So there is my answers. I totally trust in you. Let's see what you made me get. Let's see. Perfect. There we go, right? So that is the order for this activity. Very good. Good work on this one to start with. Let me see now your super attempts. I suppose we all score perfectly on this one. There I got, how many attempts do I got? 8. Good number. There must be 11. Let me check attendance just in case. The ones that just get in. Perfect, we are complete. So remember, take advantage of the time of the class, work on the activities with me, so you don't have to do anything. In most of the cases, you don't have to do anything extra after. Yeah. So that's why we're supposedly working together on this. I got 10 attempts. Perfect. Very, very simple. Let's wait a couple of minutes for our classmates to finish, and then we continue on. Okay, there you go. We continue. So 1B, not a problem. Let's see 1D. Find an example of a gerund. Once again, every time that they mention that word gerund, what we have to think of, it's a verb with the ending ing, right? In practice, that's what we have to look for. Let's see it. In here, what you have is extract of the article, but we have to catch it up, or we have to match according to the use. For example, where you have a gerund, right? But after another verb. A gerund after another verb. One of the three options is that you're using it after another verb, the gerund.
The first one, making soup.
But you don't have any other verb before.
Using
Sorry.
leftovers.
Okay. In this case, we will use using leftovers. Why? Because before using, you have the verb
The
love,
love,
right?
uh-huh.
Exactly. So I love using leftovers.
Mm.
Then we got after a preposition.
Making something.
Very good.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Making
Making
something.
something. Exactly. Because before making, you got about. And the one used as a noun, obviously the one that is left, in this case, making soup. So in that way, they show to us the different ways that we can observe the gerund as part of a sentence. So it's not always going to be, okay, after the verb all the time. No, not necessarily. Could happen, yes, of course, like this one. I love using leftovers. But also you can have it after a preposition. There's something magical about making something, right? In this case, there's something magical about to make. No. After preposition, ing, about making. After most of the prepositions, right? We're gonna see if they include that information as an exception. And also the most common use, that is as a noun, making soup. Okay, with that, Let me see your super results. There you go. So far, I get 7 attempts. Let's increase that number. Yeah, let's wait 5 minutes for the others. Perfect number of attempts, 11th. Okay, let's continue. So 1D, not a problem. Let's see what else we got. Let's work one more on the grammar itself. So we go to activity 1A, right? Grammar bank 1A. Let me open it first, just in case. Okay, there you have. What is it? Complete the sentences with a verb in the list in the ing form. So they give us the verbs, and then we have to make a change with the ing. In the box, we have be, do, practice, remember, study, swim, teach, text, travel. Yep. Any questions about the meaning of the verbs, just in case? Nothing? So perfect. We continue. One thing that always makes me happy is in the sea.
I think it's swimming.
Okay, could you spell swimming, please?
Swimming is WIMMEIN.
Okay, so there we go, swimming. 2, you can't learn to play a musical instrument well without.
Practicing.
Perfect, so I follow that. My mother's very bad at
Remembering.
remembering. 4, teenagers is very hard work.
Being.
Being teenagers is very hard work. Could be an option. So let's put it until we check the others, right? Number 5, my sister spends hours on the phone
Texting.
texting her friends. Okay, texting sounds good. 6, I hate the first to arrive at parties.
Yeah, that is being.
That
I
is
have
being
been. Yeah.
okay. And what you got on number 4 then?
I think that is teaching.
Teaching?
Okay, we
Yeah.
go for teaching, right? Teaching teenagers. Let's continue. 7th, by train is usually cheaper than by plane.
Traveling.
Traveling.
Okay, traveling. So we go traveling. Traveling with 1 or 2 L's.
Row L.
Okay. Traveling. I'll go on for us.
Doing.
Could you repeat, please?
Doing. Yeah.
Doing. I'll go on doing it. Doing for as long as I can. I love being a student. So there we have. Let me check, okay? Let's wait. Let's see what I score. Oops. Let's see which one they are not taken. Studying. Studying. There you go. Okay. So be careful on it. The other ones you help me out. Now remember the capital letter in number 4 and number 7. Capital T for teaching. You begin the sentence. Yep. Capital T on it. Let's see your results. I got 8 attempts. Excellent. We're working really well now. Okay, there you go. We're gonna give some minutes for the others to wrap it up. We're gonna give 5 minutes more for the others to finish this activity, okay? Please remember any observations to the activity, let me know. But the mistakes on capital letter, they are spelling mistakes that they count as it, right? Two more minutes and we continue. Okay, let's continue. So the next activity is Grammar Bank 1B. Yep, Grammar Bank 1B. Put the verbs in the ing form or infinitive. Now we have to decide. Yep. Ing or infinitive. So let's take a look, right? They give you the verb in parentheses for each one of the sentences. But then you decide if you're gonna choose gerund, that is the end in ing, or you use infinitive that you begin with to, right? Number one, do, but it's the beginning of the sentence. What I use?
Doing. Doing.
Thank you so much. Number two, we've decided a holiday this year, not have.
Not to have.
Excellent, from yesterday, right? When you have an infinitive and it's negative, not before the structure, not to have. Number three, we won't take the car. It's impossible.
Parking.
Okay, let's see. It's impossible parking. Number four, I'm not very glad at
Reading.
reading. Okay. Reading. I'm not very good at reading maps. Number five, you can borrow the car if you promise.
Yes, slow.
To,
To drive
to,
slow.
to drive slowly.
Very good. To drive slowly. Six, has it stopped?
Raining.
Raining.
Okay. Seventh, I don't mind.
To cook. I don't mind to cook.
We go for to cook. Okay. Remember, I'm gonna check my attempt first, right? I don't mind to cook, but I don't like
Doing the washing.
Doing the washing up.
doing the washing. Okay.
I think that it's cooking and to do.
So you go for the opposite. Okay,
Yes.
let's follow your recommendation. Yeah, cooking, and on the other I go for to do, right?
Yes.
To do. Okay, let's see what goes. I hate any spelling recommendations in that getting.
Double T.
Double T.
Great. Getting up. So there I have my attempt. Let's see. Let's see what I get. Let's see. You see the corrections for my work. Yep. Questions about the corrections of my work. For example, number 3. You have an adjective, right? Impossible. In the video, we observed that they mentioned that after adjectives, you got with the gerund, right? You use the gerund, ing. But what happens is the end of the sentence. Yeah. That's why they change on number 3. They change it to infinitive, to poetic. And the other, normally after like, we are going to find the gerund. Yep, normally. In some, it's true that in some books, it's possible that the author gives you the 2 options for like. So they're gonna tell you in the books, sometimes like can work with gerund or infinitive. Yep, just in case. But take a look at my mistakes, yeah? Take a look at my mistakes, just in case. Okay, let me observe your results. Perfect, 11 attempts. And we got the score of almost most of you. So let's wait a couple minutes more to advance, right? Couple minutes more. Perfect, we can move on. Let's see the next activity, 1F. Write your own continuation for happiness is. Let me open the activity. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, you got it only like this, right? So you're gonna give, let's see if we have all the, we have the assignment like that. Could you confirm if you have any other instructions for the assignment, please? Remember that happiness was the text that we get for matching the people with the extracts, with the little paragraph. Let me share with you so you remember. This was happiness about. Yep. So in here, you're going to describe what is happiness for you, but depending on the activities. What I mean, for these people, according to their professions, to their roles, happiness is described based on what they love. So that's why making soup, yeah, was for a food editor. Yeah, watching a good film was for the cinema editor, and like that. So what you're going to do is to write what is happiness, sorry, for you in 5 lines. Yep. In 5 lines, what is happiness for you? Okay. So let's work on this, please. Let me just keep an eye on the submissions. Not yet. Perfect. So once again, what is happiness for you, but based on activities? Yeah. Not people. So maybe in general, what I mean, for me, for Manuel, happiness is my family. No, we are going to describe happiness based on activities. Happiness is to swim during the weekends, is to play soccer on Saturdays, is going to the gym every day. So there you tell me something like that, right? But 5 lines. We're gonna write 5 lines on this. Yep. Questions about the activity?
Yes, can you repeat what we have to do, please?
Sure. What I'm telling is, you're gonna write, the title is Write Your Own Continuation for Happiness. What I want that you write about yourself, what activities makes you happy? Activities, not people. So for me, happiness is playing soccer with my friends on weekends. For me, happiness is going to the mall with all my family on weekends. Yeah, but you have to extend a little bit that idea because I want you to help me out with 5 lines.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to complete this one. Yep. Remember, please, we are working on this activity 1F, 5 lines. Take advantage of the time. Perfect. We got the first submission. When we get obviously some more, then I'm gonna ask you one by one to tell me a little about what you wrote and to explain, right? To argument a little bit more of what your line saying. Thanks to the ones that already delivered. We are waiting for the others, and then I'm gonna make some questions about your answers. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can check your, the ones that already submitted it. I'm gonna start checking your submissions. Please remember the others that we're having some more minutes for you to upload your answer. Okay, I have checked most of your submissions. In some cases, minor recommendations. Excellent work. Now I'm gonna start talking to each one of you for you to describe, to argument a little more your answer, right? To expand it a little bit more. Excellent answers. The use of the grammar in general. Remember, as an advice, when you're having a description like this one and you are having you're using verbs, you have to follow the tense. What I mean, swimming is my passion. To ride a bike is also an option. The recommendation is to follow one standard. If you use gerund, use gerund with all the verbs. If you're using infinitive, you're gonna use infinitive with all the verbs. That's a better way. Yep. Just in case, let me check just a couple more, and then I'm gonna start making questions about your answers. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen to show your answers, and you help me out with some more information about it, right? To expand. What I want is you to expand your answer and to tell me a little more about it. Yep. Once again, very good answers. Let's see what we get. Let's begin with Victoria Cabrera. So for her, happiness is playing cards with my family on weekends, going to the cinema with my boyfriend on Fridays, going to the park with my little sister, cooking lasagna with my mom on Sundays, being with my dad on Mondays. Wow, you distribute the week for all your loving ones. Tell me, Victoria, let's begin with playing cards. What are the games? You're professionals, like you play poker, or what is it?
No, es el 40.
Ah, okay. That is the one. And lasagna is your favorite dish, your specialty?
My favorite, sí, my favorite.
Did you go to watch Barbie this weekend or not yet?
No,
You don't go for it.
no.
Not your style. Okay, thank you so much, Victoria. Let's continue. Let me see who else I got. Noelia Basurto, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
So, sounds like a great description. Going home after a long day of studying, seeing your dog and cat. Only one dog and one cat?
Yes,
Names, please.
the name of my dog is Benji, and my cat, his name is Habibi. That means my love in Arabic. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, Habibi. Okay, my love. Good. And how is that relationship, dog and cat in the house? It works well, or?
Yeah, they have a really good relationship. They play all day, and sometimes they want to fight, but just they love each other.
Perfect. In this part of the going outside with your friends and karaoke, what is your style for karaoke? What is your music?
We like to everything. We love in special songs older that our moms. I don't know how to say that. Our moms
Like your mom's music, like from
yes, like that, like Gata bajo la lluvia and everything.
Okay, excellent example. Very good. And cooking, what is your specialty, Noelia?
We sometimes we just cook some cookies or tacos and that.
Thank you so much for sharing, Noelia. Great answers. Madeline Suarez, good morning.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Madeline, tell me a little more about you begin with dramas, like what specifically you mean?
Yes, well, I like watching K-dramas, Korean dramas. And
Okay.
yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I also enjoy watching movies or videos, but I like listening to music a lot. I like to listen to BTS. I don't know if you know them. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I know I don't recognize any song, but I know who they
Yeah.
are. I know who
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are.
yeah.
I heard the
Okay,
name of the
yeah.
band. They are the most famous band in that
Yeah.
style.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I like them a lot. So yeah, this is like my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
With this band, you sing their songs in English, or also you go a little Korean in the middle?
Well, they have some in English and in Korean, but sing them, but like not perfectly because I don't speak Korean. But yeah, it's like when you sing, yeah, I don't know how.
Like repeating the sounds, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. And tell me about your dog. Only one?
Yeah, I have only one dog and he's 11 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
name of the dog?
His name is Kaiser.
Kaiser. Sounds like a big
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. His name is like King, but in another language. I don't remember
Like
which,
king
but yeah.
or emperor
Uh-huh.
in German, and I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think,
I
right?
think so. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Madeline, for your
Thank you,
answers.
teacher. Thank you.
Let's continue. Let's see who is the next volunteer. Giancarlo, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, Giancarlo. First, uh, I really like your answer. Obviously, the part that you share your studies, nurse, and I suppose that call, right? That call is vocación that you must have in order to perform those activities, like a nurse, to take care of your patients and all that. How many years do you study nursing?
For 3 years.
For 3 years. And to finish the career?
It is missing 2 years.
Okay, 2 more years. Okay. Also, you mentioned that you love to travel to visit new places. Tell me a little, the last time that you traveled.
I traveled to Panama, Colombia.
So, and I was going to talk about going to Salinas, but you're international. Panama, Colombia. Which is your
Yes.
what is your favorite destination, sorry, in this case?
My favorite destination is Colombia
Why? What did you enjoy the
because of
most?
the beaches.
Okay,
Because of the beach.
okay, I understand. Taking pictures. So you got your camera, you're kind of it's a hobby, but you have some professional equipment,
Yes,
or how is it?
I have a Canon sim.
Okay, so that is a different level. When did you decide that you wanted to be a nurse? It was like when you were very young, or how is it? When did you decide that you wanted to be a nurse?
I decided to need. I decided to be a nurse when I was a child.
Any other person in the family related to that profession?
Yes, my mom.
Oh, okay. There you have the example at first hand. Okay, okay. I understand. Thank you so much, Giancarlo, for your answer.
Thank you, teacher.
Let's see. Now, Victor Castro, good morning.
Hi.
So the first part, listening to music. What kind of music?
Well, all kind of music. One day I listening to pop, other day rock, other day just like that.
Okay, you go for pop, rock, but you don't go for tropical music, right? You don't get to salsa merengue, or is included everything?
Kinda. I most like music that is in Spanish. Prefer English, sometimes French, Japanese, Korean music, stuff like that.
Wow. Okay. In this part, cooking. So what is Victor's specialty?
Uh, I don't know how to say to in English. Uh, arroz con menestra y pollo.
That is the specialty.
Yeah, I
Uh,
love kind of happy cooking with my mom.
okay, so you help every day, or how is it? Cooking, I mean.
Uh, Only when I'm free because I have a lot of hunger. I kind of suffering of that.
In your description, you mentioned mostly, obviously, music, and it's obviously important for you. Do you play any instrument?
Well, in the past, I used to play the flute and the guitar. I can have the experience in the flute, but in the guitar, I suck. I'm really bad at the guitar.
Okay, maybe you're you're a little hard on yourself, but okay, so the flute, perfect. When you pass to the guitar, some problems. Let's say that some problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Victor, for your answers.
Okay.
Let's continue. Oh, this one I haven't checked yours. Miss Melanie Romero, good morning. I understand. Perfect. So cooking, not good.
No, I hate cooking.
But when you have to do it every day anyway, or how is it?
No, like when my grandma can do it, I have to do it because my mom work. So
So from time to time, your grandma goes, Carla, you have to cook today.
yes,
Oh, and that phrase is terrible.
yes.
Anyway, what is your specialty?
I'm studying nurse.
Okay. For also this motivation for being a nurse came up at early age, or how is it?
Yes, when I was little, I always have this like a dream to become something in the something medical.
Okay.
Like, yes, first I want to be a doctor, but I really don't have the possibility, so I decided to study nursing.
And so far, you love it?
Yes, I really love it.
Perfect. Here I see that also you love traveling. Tell me a little about one of your trips.
Yes, I did a travel recently. I went to New York to visit my dad. Yes,
How was the weather?
it was really cold. It was snowing.
Oh, so you have been there for winters.
Yes, it was terrible. I have to put like 3 pants because my knee was shaking. It was horrible for me.
So for you, then you've been there for winter when supposedly Guayaquil is cold at 24. That is crazy,
Yes,
right? Now that you
but
have tried those.
it was great to see the snow. Yes,
Was
it
the
was.
first time?
Yes, was my first time.
Okay. Playing basketball. So you play like WNBA or
No,
you practice in the school, in university? How is it?
yes, I used to play in the school with my classmates, and we were like a group that play basketball.
Okay.
How you say apostar? We do
Bet.
that. Yes, we bet sometimes.
Okay. So those games
I
were for
remember.
real.
Yes, I remember I win like $5 playing basketball.
Did you win?
Yes,
Okay. So your friends and you play for real. You put money on it.
yes.
Very good. Thank you so much, Carla, for your answer.
Thank you.
Let's continue. Let's see who else. Miss Gloria Ramirez. Hello,
Hello, Mr.
Gloria. I can see obviously your answer here. The part of the culture, right, that you travel to other countries, that of course you're in contact with other culture. Tell me a little about that part. What country you love because of its culture?
I have two countries, like Turkey and Dubai. Both of them I like a lot. The love to that country, it comes to my mom because my mom, I think that like she likes maybe the food or something like that. So for me, it's the same thing. The cook, the language, something like religion, I think. No.
Okay. Also in here, you remind me of my teenager son sleeping. But then I see that you say that you can't sleep when I suppose it's time for exams or a big homework.
More for homeworks because I have to do some, I think it's planos for the houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also models, maquetas.
For this semester, no. I just did one, but it's in a group. But models for just did a lot, no. Just plans. It's too much time to do that because it's very difficult because the architect changed a lot of things in all there when he checked the plans. So I need to change and change and change all the days.
Oh. And in those moments, that is not the favorite teacher.
No.
I understand. And when you get to sleep, you're professional, like 10 hours.
Yes. I Maybe not all the weekends, but when I have the time, I wake up maybe 12 a.m. or 1 p.m. because on the week I can sleep very well. But now when I have classes now, so I need to wake up at 8.
So sorry about this, Gloria.
No, it's okay because the other schedules for the classes I can take it because I have classes in the night, so I can.
That was the only option.
Yes.
I understand, but don't worry, 6 more weeks and it's over. This part, watching movies or series, what kind of movies or series are your favorite?
Comedies and romantics, more romantics. I think sentimental. Yeah. When it's something like when something happen on the movie that I like or I feel I don't know how to say, but conmovedor.
Touching, okay.
Yeah, I cry.
So
It's easy for me crying when I see a romantic movies or something like that, and that is curious because when I see movies that that you can say, but this is a sad movie or something like that, I can cry just for romantic. For example, when I watch Hachiko,
oh yes,
I never cry. I never cry. I don't know why, but I never cry. But when I saw or watch another movies, I don't know, but romantics, I cry. But not a lot, but
must be very specific scene during the movie, but romantic.
yeah.
Okay. And what kind of music you're into when, for example, you're cleaning your room?
I listen in a little bit of everything. I don't have a specific gender. I hear a lot.
So for cleaning, there is no like a playlist. Cleaning the room, no.
No, because my playlist it's a mix of everything. I have maybe salsa, merengue, and then reggaeton, and then sad song, and something like that. It's a mix. I don't have a playlist just for that, or maybe for cleaning my room or just homework. No.
I understand.
It's a mix.
Thank you so much, Gloria, for your answer. Excellent tips.
Thank you for you.
Christian, I see you, not here yet. Lydia, no. Mr. Javier Robalino. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
So, Javier, reading your answer, I felt terrible that now I don't practice any sports. And I read your answer and you get table tennis, soccer, gym, the routine for the gym, legs and arms, cardio. So tell me a little how you balance all these activities. Your mic maybe is off or any problems?
Sorry, teacher. My computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really like to exercise, but in my free times.
And you got a lot of free time, I mean, with the university and all that?
my work in the legal firm, in the law firm.
Okay. So, and with the sports you mentioned here that helps you to relax from stress. Yeah. Swimming, you practice for any club, or did you compete, or how was it?
Because I like.
Okay. Thank you so much, Javier. Hello, Jimena Clavijo. How you doing?
Hello.
Jimena, tell me a little about your answer.
Well, actually, I like to be in alone at my house. Even that I'm not alone at all because I have my 3 dogs, but I like to clean my room and listen to music in a very loud.
Loud, like super, super loud.
Yeah.
So the neighbors, they love you.
Maybe.
Depending on the music. So in here, you told me
Yeah, I like
three.
to listen different kinds of. What?
Oh, sorry, you told me about 3 dogs. Tell me a little about that. How is to have 3 dogs at home?
It's difficult, but as I like dogs, I love being with them.
They are not so big, or
No, they're small, but they are crazy.
that is a terrible description for a dog, but I suppose it's based on reality. Yeah. Also here, so for you, how often you have this chance of being completely alone at home?
Maybe the Fridays that because my sister has classes, my parents they're on the work, so I think that's the day that I can be alone by myself.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jimena. Let's see. And with that, okay. So with that, we're gonna take our 15 minutes break and then we'll continue, okay? This is my report on Altitia. Remember, we need to complete 12 hours. So don't leave it. I respect your occupations and all your activities, but don't leave it by the end of the last week, right? Where you have to imagine to complete 12 hours in 1 week. It's gonna demand more. So let's take it little by little, week by week. So we can have it, or you can advance in a regular basis. Remember that for the ones that get more than 12 hours, I don't know if you finish all the activities of the platform. It's a good practice just in case, okay? Going back to the workbook that now is visible for you. This one you're gonna work in groups. So, and then I'm coming back to check them out. Well, we got about 1 hour. I don't know if it's gonna be enough time to finish the workbook, but we'll see as we are going. You have for grammar, you have 4 activities. For vocabulary, you have 1, pronunciation 1, and listening 1. Yep. On this ones, you're gonna be working as a team, and I'm gonna make the groups. The groups like this one is just for workbook. Let me see if I got yours from the last week. I got them here. Let me conform according to that. This is according to what I got the last time, yeah? So on 1 appears Miss Alfonso. Miss Ramirez. And who else? Who else? And Victor. On the other, I got Miss Suarez, Miss Cabrera, and Miss Clavijo. The other, I got Mr. Gurimendi, Mr. Robalino, Miss Basuto, and Miss Romero. And on the other, for today, I got Mr. Borbor and Miss Alvarez. Yep. So in your, as a teamwork, let's let's work on the workbook. Let's see how many activities we can advance. We'll see if it's possible for us to finish on it after less than, well, in some cases, I'm very sure it's gonna take less than an hour. Yeah. But once you finished, call me out. I'm starting your rooms, please. Check the invitation, check the group section, and let's do it. Check the group section, accept the invitation. Let's start on it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Still here. Victor, Madeline. You're coming back to the main room. That's the time we have. Remember to finish the workbook, and we'll continue on the next weekend. Yep. Any questions? Any doubts? Perfect. Have a great week. Take care, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.
Bye.